Planchesters.
And this is the Doctor Who Season 9 finale, which was called Hellbent, which definitely was Hellbent.
Yeah, he was hellbent on revenge.
Yes, it was absolutely... It wasn't as confusing as the last episode.
No.
But it was still, you were like, what is going on?
So, he basically winds up on Gallifrey and completely overthrows the president. He's like, no, this is my planet. Bye-bye.
And I loved it because he literally just stared down this guy. He didn't say a single word. He just stared down this guy, and everybody was like, oh, he's in charge now.
Yep.
And I was like, that is the coolest thing the Doctor's ever done.
Yes. And the whole time, he's basically manipulating them so he can go and save Clara. So
Who's been dead for billions of years.
billions and billions of years. So they basically use an extractor to take her out of like the final seconds of her life so she can help them find this hybrid that everybody's going crazy
about. The doctor
about.
said she knew what the hybrid was, and he
Right,
tried.
yeah, he manipulated them.
Yeah.
So they get Clara back, and she's freaking out because she's like, how long have I been dead? And, they tell her how long the doctor was trapped in the confession dial, and she's like, why would you do that to yourself?
For 4 billion years.
4.5 billion
And
years.
she's trying to talk to him while he's trying to figure out something. Like, he's trying to get into, like, the basement of Gallifrey, pretty much.
He's trying to steal a TARDIS.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he did. He steals the TARDIS and runs away. Like, he tries to get underneath the cloisters of Gallifrey to steal the TARDIS and run away. But you don't figure that out until the last, 2 seconds.
Right, because she winds up getting up and she starts talking to, the commander and the head of the Sisterhood of Khan,
something like that.
Yeah, her. So Clara distracts them so he can get out and get the TARDIS and then get Clara.
And I love this. The commander's like, what does he think he's doing in the Sisterhood of Khan's like, what does he always do? He steals the TARDIS and runs away.
Yeah.
Like, she knew exactly what he was doing. And Clara's not pissed that she's alive, but she's confused.
Yeah,
like, she's not mad at him for saving her. She's just more like, why did you waste all that time when you knew I was dead?
Right. She's more... Basically, when he explains, once we get out of the time loop, you'll be fine, your heart will restart, everything will be fixed. And of course that doesn't happen.
Yeah, they get to the end of the universe.
Yes.
Pretty much he's like, the universe can live, he's like, we're at the end of the universe. It can live without Clara right now.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty much saying her death is like a fixed point in time and it'll destroy the universe if she lives.
It'll fracture time. And he's like, oh, it's fine, it'll fix itself.
I always fix
and
it,
then
we're fine.
It doesn't fix it, so he starts freaking out, and then she starts not freaking out, but she's like, all right, obviously you need to put me back. In order to stop catastrophe, you need to put me back, and he won't do it. And then in pops Lady Me.
Yeah, and you hear the nice little knocks. And he's like, it's always 4 knocks. At the end of his life, it'll be 4 knocks.
4 knocks.
And Lady Me's just sitting watching the world, watching the universe collapse on itself, playing chess with herself.
Yeah, she's just having a
chilling,
grand old time.
just having a grand old time.
And they bounce theories off each other back and forth about who the hybrid is.
And see, told you, there's a theory. Lady Me was like, why do you love Earth so much? Pretty much. She was like, if you're full on Time Lord, why do you keep hanging out on Earth? Just ask him. I was like, see? I told you! He could be the hybrid. Then the hybrid was some stupid thing about 2 people being the hybrid, which made no sense to me because he has traveled with humans for the last few years and none of them have been the hybrid. And yet he's gone to more lengths to save Rose, to save Donna, to save Amy than he has to save Clara. It's about the same, Well, he's gone to the same lengths to save them, but yet they weren't considered the hybrid.
He didn't really save Rose. Rose kind of came back and saved him.
But I'm saying he would have,
He
had the same passion for all of his companions. Like, he would do anything in his power to get them back.
But I think it was something different with Clara. Like she said, I never expected you to keep me safe. I never asked that of you.
Yeah.
It was... Clara, they were always so witty and so highly in tune to each other, and she might not have been my favorite companion, but, you know, Clara was very intelligent.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't need the doctor to get her out of a fix.
Yeah.
You know, like the other companions, they had their own strengths, but they did kind of depend on the doctor to save them.
Yeah. And Clara was, you know, she
Clara
was
kinda
in a way
like-
her own little doctor.
Right, and I think that's what they were getting. So, basically,
And this entire time, he's retelling this story to Clara. What we think is Clara without her memories. We think at
Right.
some point Clara loses her memories because he's telling this story to this girl, and she's, you know, asking all these questions like, you must really love this, Clara, you know, what are you going to do now, blah, blah, blah. But when the doctor is about to, you know, erase Clara's memories, because pretty much that's what his final thing, he's like, if I erase your memories, you'll be safe. He's pulling a Donna. And he pretty much is like, I don't know, did she actually change the polarity of that thing?
yeah, I think so.
I don't know if she could physically do that.
She has the sonic sunglasses.
I'm just saying, but like, I wouldn't know how to work those.
But we
It's
just went
Clara,
over
yeah.
how Clara's really intelligent
But
and
she-
can figure it out.
While she's overhearing him telling me that he's going to erase her memory, she changes the memory eraser thingy so that it backfires on him.
Right,
And his memory of Clara, just Clara,
it's gone.
gets erased. And it was really sweet because while he was like passing out, he was like telling her all this stuff to do, like don't be
Yeah.
a coward, and if you do, fix it. Don't be cruel. Don't eat pears. That was the most important. She had to write that one down.
Yes, don't be pairs to
Like,
make
don't-
your chin squishy.
And yeah, and then she's crying. And then it shows up, you know, at the end with the diner again. You're like, okay, so he has no memory of Clara, so it's supposed to be heartbreaking on Clara.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, wait a minute, I know this diner.
Yeah, and the doctor kind of has a moment where he's like, wait, I know this diner. He's like, didn't I come here with Clara? And he's like, no, it was Amy and Rory. And it's kind of set up, I don't know if it's exactly the same as the diner with where he sends Amy and Rory in the whole Lake Silencio thing with Matt Smith. It's very, very similar.
Yeah.
I might have changed it a little bit. I
Yeah.
don't think it was exactly the same. But then he's having that moment, and then Clara goes towards what you would assume is like the bathroom or the kitchen, and it winds up being the TARDIS that they stole on Gallifrey, and she basically...
And Lady Me's just standing there like, hey.
Yeah, she basically steals the TARDIS and runs away with Lady Me.
Well, she says she's gonna go back to Gallifrey, but she's
But
taking
it's
the
the
long
long
way
way
around.
So,
And then like while they're disappearing, the outside of that TARDIS is a diner now.
Yeah, because Lady Me can't figure out
The
the
chameleon
chameleon circuit.
And I think at that point the doctor figures out that woman he was talking to was Clara.
Well, he had to, because when they give her, like, he gets his TARDIS back, like, Clara finds it and leaves it for him when she disappears, and her picture is on the TARDIS, so
yeah.
he would
But I'm
obviously
saying,
be like, oh.
no, even before he saw that, once
Well,
the
yeah, that was
diner
just, like,
disappeared,
confirmation when he saw the picture on the TARDIS.
just like, can you imagine talking to somebody and they remember that they loved you and they remember, you know, that you traveled together, but they have no memory of what you look like or what, like the last things Clara, you know, the most important things Clara said to him.
He doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember.
Yeah, you could see that it was, like, really breaking
It's
her heart, but she was
heartbreaking.
trying to keep it together. She didn't want to give herself away.
It just, it's heartbreaking. But yeah, I like this ending for Clara better than the Raven.
Yeah, I'm so
I'm
glad
glad
that they, like,
continued that.
elaborated on it and didn't just leave it as the ending 2 episodes ago. I thought it was a really crummy ending for a companion. I felt like her whole episode was just a build up to him being stuck in the confession dial. So I'm glad that they used this episode to kind of really put closure on it and give her the ending that I feel a companion deserves.
Yeah, definitely. And because like he could have made up something, you know, about the hybrid or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and he would have gotten out of the confession dial. But no, he knew that if he pushed through, he would have been able to get into Gallifrey to save Clara. So he
Right.
waited 4 billion years chopping through that ice thing
Just to be able
to make
save
sure
her.
that he could save Clara. Which I was like, oh, you do care. Because like this doctor doesn't show that he cares very often.
Right, he's very, like, hard and stern exterior, but you know inside, well, now you know inside.
Yeah.
He's a big old
I mean,
bush.
it was a good finale.
Yeah,
you know?
it was a good solid finale.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't, like, on the edge of my seat the whole time or anything like that. But it was a good,
solid, ending for a companion finale.
and a good setup for the next season, because he kind of returns to the TARDIS and he looks like, all right, I'm gonna get
I'm
stuff
gonna be
done.
the doctor, and on the board at the end it says, "Run, clever boy, and be a doctor." It does, because the last thing she says to Matt Smith before she jumps in that thing, she goes, "Run, clever boy, and remember me."
Yeah.
So like it hurts that she can't say that anymore.
Yeah,
because he won't remember her. It's a nice nod, when she started off. So now it's the next episode's a Christmas episode. Just Christmas special with River, and that's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Alright guys, we would love to know what you thought of the episode in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.